Welcome back to Informed Sources. More than 3 months after the director of Memphis Animal Services was placed on leave during an investigation, he is still on the city's payroll. Ty Coleman was placed on leave in June, just months after taking the director's job in January, but he's still being paid his annual salary of $120,000. The investigation began following the death of a dog that died in the shelter's care, allegedly after being left outside in the heat. More complaints followed about issues including dogs being adopted without being spayed or neutered, and allegations about the director's lack of involvement. This week, the city's chief operating officer told council members there's no timeline on when the investigation would be complete. So the director has been suspended under investigation. Chairman, do you think he was just the wrong person for the job?
I don't think it's necessarily just him. I think we have reason to believe that, some of the issues with the Animal Service Division went up to him, but ultimately there are some other people that may have conducted or been part of some of the wrongs. I think. You
ready to share some of that?
We're trying to figure it out. We're getting more and more information, but I think the council position has to be, we want to figure out see what happens after the end of the investigations. We have an independent investigation, but there's also another investigation going independent of the city of Memphis. So we have to see and wait till we get all the facts before we make any decisions.
Councilwoman, what do you think are the biggest problems at the shelter right now?
Well, I think the problems at the shelter are the same problems that we see around animal services in the whole county. I serve on the board of the Humane Society, and we know that not enough people spay and neuter because they can't afford it. We're seeing a fallout after COVID of people being let go because they can't afford their rent. They're no longer getting rental assistance, and so if you go live on someone's couch, you can't take your dog with you, and then they get left in the street, and then they end up in our shelter. And if they're not spayed or neutered, then they produce more puppies. Same thing with cats. I mean, it is a problem around our city, and that goes back to a lot of funding, and we only have so many resources in our city for that, but we do help out the county, for example, and the county gives us about $150,000 a year. Perhaps that should be a larger amount. We're seeing more intakes of dogs and cats around the whole county, so we might need to revisit that. Maybe they'll have to increase their vector control fee. I don't know, but we are going to have to find more resources to be able to take care of more dogs. Right now, we are overrun at the shelter.
And Councilwoman, so it sounds like there are some serious problems at the shelter at this point. The director is still on the payroll. Why is that?
As Chairman just said, there is an intense investigation going.
It's been going on for 3 months now, right?
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yes, and so I don't want to speak prematurely on something that we don't have facts in front of us about and what's going on. And when an investigation is going on, we have to be very careful on the things that we say, because we don't want, as I just stated again, be prematurely and assuming things. As Councilwoman Green just said, we know the influx of animals that are happening after COVID, what is happening, funding and different things of that sort. So resources is one of our major issues and concerns that we know that has been a huge issue.
Councilwoman, working with the Humane Society, do you think the animals are at risk?
Well, I think that they're, Humane Society is a no-kill shelter, and we cannot at this time have that sort of shelter in the city of Memphis because of the number of animals that we see and have to take in. And so I think that everyone there goes in there for the right reasons. The veterinarians, the techs, the people who work in the kennels, you are attracted to this work because you love animals, right? And you want to help protect them, whether that's at the Humane Society or at Memphis Animal Shelter. And they're very different organizations. Right now, the problem of the overcrowding is a serious issue. Making sure that we have enough veterinary staff is a serious issue. We want to make sure that these animals, the lives that they have, as many as we can get adopted, great. As many as we can foster out, great. But if we do have to euthanize them, that they're handled humanely. And so all of that is one big problem, and it's going to take more people caring about it, more people focusing on it, and more funds, frankly.
Yeah, the shelter has about 900 animals, give or take. It doesn't have a full-time veterinarian. How big of a problem is that?
I mean, this is definitely an issue. I think the city administration is working extremely hard so that we can bring in a full-time veterinarian. I think it's a concern.
Under the current pay structure, is that possible?
They're working on it. You know, the council doesn't directly get involved in the administration, but I do know that Chief Adams and Mayor Young are working to figure that out, and they're working diligently so that we can bring in an internal veterinarian.
All right. Again, just another big issue on your plate. When we come back, the city of Memphis is getting into the hotel business, at least temporarily. We'll talk about the city's decision to purchase the Sheraton Hotel downtown. That's next on Informed Sources.